Hey y'all, come on in. Listen, I gotta make a broccoli casserole, and it's gotta come out of the oven at 5:55 because I gotta be somewhere at 6:15. There it is. There you see it. This is gonna be the fastest broccoli casserole that I've ever demonstrated in the history of demonstrating broccoli casserole. Okay. You know we gotta cook that broccoli first. Gotta get it cooked. And we always put a little salt in the water. Salting it up. Okay. I'm going to boil it for about 10 minutes. So that means about 5:26, the boiling process will be over. I'm going to mix it and I'm going to get it in the oven. So if you get it in the oven a good 30 minutes, I'm saying it's going to be all right. Okay. So this is something, honey, look. I was out and about doing some stuff. Didn't realize the time. You know, you get one of those days you go out and everybody in the world that you know, you see them, you stop them, you talking, and then you remember an errand that you got to do because you got to do something early in the morning. That's what happened to me. So that broccoli is in the water, and hopefully it's going to be boiling in the next 5 minutes. To help it along the way, I'm going to go ahead and cover it. I got it on high. Cover it, let it get to boiling. Got my pan right there. And I'm going to get all my ingredients right. Got my grated sharp cheddar. Butter is coming. In this case, we're going to use a little margarine. Pet milk. I'm going to put a little bit of flour in there for thickening. I need to get me a huge mixing container so that I'll have plenty of room to mix in. Get my colander so when the broccoli, remember you got to get as much of the water out of it as you can because when it cooks you don't want that water forming up in it. So I tell you, I should have been home a whole hour ago at least. When I looked at the clock and figured out what time it was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, we're going to make this happen. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. So I'm going to cook it a little bit longer than usual because I'm going to have to let it stay in the oven. So the reason I'm doing that is because it's already in that hot water and it's already cooking. So I'm going to let it cook maybe a few minutes longer than normal, because normally I would like parboil it before I made the casserole. So the key to that, when you got to do it in a hurry, go ahead and let it cook a little bit longer. So we're letting it cook. So hold on just one sec. I got to walk across the room and get the rest of my ingredients, and I'll be right back. One of my other ingredients, I started using the cheesy Alfredo, and I'm going to put a can of cream of celery in there. That's going to give me all the moisture I need. That will help with the cheese, and that way you don't have to put cheese in it to the point where the cheese takes over, and all these flavors together. So I'll end up with this large container, and then I'll do another small container to leave here for the house. I'm telling y'all, when it's crunch time, you just have to figure out a way to do it. I want to tell you, when you, like anything else, whenever you learn how to do the basic techniques, when you get into a crunch, you just have to do what you have to do. Well, you know how it is when you are in school and you had that last minute term paper to write. Whatever you did to make it happen, because you knew you had to get it in to get that grade, or when you had to get somewhere where they told you couldn't be late no more. So we're going to get it done in 30 minutes. It's about 5:20. So I've got this 30. I got about 35 minutes, okay? So one of the things that I'm going to go ahead and do, because I know I'm on crunch time, I'm going to go ahead and start emptying my ingredients into the mixing bowl. That way, that'll be one less step I have to do while I'm waiting on the broccoli to continue to boil, to get done rather. All that noise is to get some stuff out of my way. Okay. I hate to rush y'all. Y'all really hate to rush. But I don't have a choice today. So, let's get this going on over here. I'm going to go ahead and put that Alfredo. Just go ahead and get it in the pan there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this can of cream of celery soup. Both of these happen to be Food Lion brand. Cream of celery by Food Lion, and also that cheesy Alfredo sauce by Food Lion. And one thing about it, I'll have this already done, so all I have to do is just get my celery in there. Also, I'm going to go ahead and melt my butter. I don't have to worry about the butter. I'm going to go ahead and melt me a good stick of butter in here, or margarine. Butter or margarine, either one that you have is good. Either one is good. Okay. That broccoli is rolling like I want it to be. Then I'm going to go ahead and, these are 1 pound packages of cheese. I'm not going to use quite a whole pack of, this is grated sharp cheddar. Go ahead and put almost all of it in there. I don't want too much going on. And I'm going to use my spatula because I have to continually chunk that broccoli down really good once I get it into this mixture. Okay. Yummy. Okay. Whew, that looks wonderful. The other thing I'm going to go ahead and get mixed up is I'm going to mix me up some flour water, because I'm thinking I'm going to need a little bit of thickener in there since I'm not going to be cooking it as long. So we want to start it out kind of thick. It's just sort of a key to, and what I'm going to do is mix that flour with a 1/4 of a cup of milk instead of water. Extra added flavor, y'all. That's what that's about. Okay. Let's check that broccoli. Okay, that broccoli is getting there. Another couple of minutes, and I'm going to be able to take that out in a few minutes. Few minutes. Let's get the flour. I hope y'all haven't had a rushed day like I've had. And I tell you what, at about 4:30, that's when I realized I had to rush. Again, I don't like to rush, but when I have to, I will. Y'all, I still got to get dressed too, by the way. But fortunately, all I got to do is not get dressed from scratch. I've got to change clothes. Let's put it like that. That's what we'll put that. We'll say I got to change clothes, y'all. This is a matter of fact, this is a birthday, Valentine's little gathering for my girl Barb. So you know I got to get it together for her. Okay, that broccoli, we're going to taste test it here in a minute to see if it's tender enough to take out and drain. Wow, these are big pieces of broccoli too. And also I need to make sure if I put enough salt in there to cook it in. You know, broccoli is kind of bland. Has its own good flavor though. Yep. I can go ahead and drain the broccoli. Go ahead and drain it. got it in my colander. And I'm gonna chunk in it so that I can, you know, kind of cut those pieces up. We don't want those pieces too big in that casserole. And I'm gonna squeeze as much of the juice out of there as I can. I was gonna put some onions in there, but then I thought about, you know, when you got a group of people, I don't know who likes, you know, some folk don't like onion, believe that. So I'm not gonna put the onions in. Grab my salt there. So normally I would chop a large onion up, and when I do my own, I can put it in. But since I'm fixing this for a group of people, I won't do it today. Okay, so I'm chopping that broccoli, and what I'm doing over here off the camera, y'all hear me chopping, and I'm pressing the water out of it. As much water out as you can, and I think that's about as much as I'm going to get out of it. So there it goes. The broccoli is in the mix. Okay. Now, I'll go ahead and get my butter. Just pour that butter right on top of there. And then I'm going to put me a good tablespoon of my complete seasoning in there. That's about a good tablespoonful. And I'm just going to continue to mix it. Get it all nice and mixed up here. Okay. Whew, that smells wonderful, y'all. Wonderful. I need some black pepper to go in there too. Need a little bit of black pepper in there. Found the black pepper. Okay. About a teaspoon of black pepper, not a whole lot. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my, this is my milk. And I'm not putting any eggs in there because I got the cheese, the cream cheese, and all that in there. So. Okay. It is $5.29 on the money. On the money. I wish I had some Planko to put on top, but since I don't, not to worry. Okay. I believe that's going to do it. Maybe I'll dash a little bit more cheese on there. And I'm going to put the rest of the bag of this cheese. The rest of this cheese is going to go right on top here. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put this. Oh, it took all of it. Okay. Took every last bit of it. That pan is huge. That pan is huge. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to put the rest of this cheese on top of it. Just sprinkle the rest of that cheese. So this casserole has a pound of cheese on it. On it, whatever. Okay. It's oven ready. Now, because I'm not going to be able to bake it as long as normal, I'm going to put my oven on 375. It's already on 375, so it's ready to go into the oven. It's a little bit hot there. Let me get a cloth here. Hot rack, y'all. 5 in the oven at 531, 517. It took me 15 minutes to get that into the oven from cook to oven. So 45 minutes on this all total, because you got to cook it, y'all. So hold on just a minute. I'm going to let that go ahead and bake, and I'll let y'all see it when it comes out. 15 minutes and 43 seconds. Okay, there it is, y'all, about ready to come out of that oven and be served up. It is piping hot. It's going to go in my car in a few minutes, and I'm going to be on the road with it. So there's my, how many minutes did it take me, y'all? 15 minutes to put it in the pan, 30 minutes. So there's my 45-minute broccoli casserole. Okay, listen, y'all, thanks for tuning in. Sorry I had to rush, but keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. So until I cook again, toodaloo.